First of all, it's important to mention that all of the testing that you see me do today in the bonus materials comes from ForexTester.com. That's the software program that I'm using to do the testing, and it is a software program that makes the testing of trading strategies, in particular technical analysis trading strategies, much easier. If you go to ForexTester.com, the homepage includes instructions and downloadable videos that I created in order to teach you how to use the software. These bonus materials that you're watching today do not include instructions on how to use ForexTester.com, although you'll pick up a lot of the tips and tricks just by watching the materials. If you go to forextester.com/robbooker.html, you can actually purchase the Forex Tester program for a one-time fee of $85, and all of the data that you can use with Forex Tester is free on that website. Certainly you can test in other ways. You don't need to spend any additional money on the software in order to do your testing. However, it does make it much, much easier to do your testing if you have the software. Now, today we're going to go through a ton of different charts on multiple different systems that we talked about in the first DVD. We're going to start things off with the euro-dollar and the two trendy system. So let's launch right into that and see where it goes. All right, here's the Forex Tester software. You're looking at that on the screen in front of you. What we've got on the screen right now, you'll see in the upper left-hand portion of the screen, hour 1. That's H1. That's clicked. That means we're on the 1-hour chart. We're on the euro-dollar. And anywhere in the chart, if I mouse over the chart, you can see in this lower section here, these boxes that are now blank. You can see the date and the time, the high, low, open, close. And in the upper right-hand portion of the chart, you can see the date. And what I've just done is I've gotten myself set up with two trend lines already. I simply used this trend line tool that comes in Forex Tester, and I drew a trend line. I got them ready to go so that I had my green and blue trend lines ready to go. So disregard the fact that the blue trend line is sitting out in outer space right now. I've simply drawn it and gotten it ready, but I'm not going to use it until we look at a lower time frame chart. Remember, the green line is the baseline, and the blue line is the entry line. We're going to start with the 1-hour chart, and we're going to just go through 5 or 10 examples of trading the 1-hour chart baseline trades for the two trendy system. Let's see where that goes. All right. We're looking at the 1-hour chart, and what I did to start things off here was I drew a trend line based on the fact that the currency pair, the euro-dollar on the 1-hour chart, touched these two areas down here. You can see these two areas, so I simply took this trend line. Let's see if I can grab a hold of it here. I can. I double-clicked on it, and I was just connecting these 2 points right here, point A and point B, and I just drew the trend line out as far out as I could because I don't know how far this pair is going to go away from this trend line, and I want to make sure my green baseline is available when I need it. Now, I'm going to drop down to a 15-minute chart, as you already know, and I'm going to draw myself an entry line. So I'm going to click up here in the upper left, and I'm going to click on 15 minutes, and I'm going to make the chart a little bit I'm going to scrunch up the candles a little bit more. I'm going to start my blue entry line at the base there, down there at the bottom. And I think I'm going to pick this as my second line, my second point. And I'm going to extend it out into the future. Now, what I've got now is I've got a baseline in green and I've got an entry line in blue. The baseline was drawn using a longer term trend line that was not as steep. Do you notice here that I'm looking on the entry line on the 1-hour chart? I'm looking for a line that isn't so steep. On the 15-minute chart, I'm looking for a steeper line. And with the two trendy system, we're going to trade from a steeper line to a more gentle sloping trend line. Now, in order to take the trade, I'm going to zoom in a bit because we don't need to see both lines now. We just need to see the candles. And I want to see if, oh, there we get it. We get it. I wanted to see if we got a close below the entry line. Now, we've got that. Let's go step by step through the process of taking this trade. First of all, I'm going to press the Take a Trade button, click on Common. I'm just going to trade 0.1 lots right now because we're not going to talk about money management right now, but I'm going to trade one mini lot. I believe that's what it is. and I'm going to click on my eyedropper tool, and I'm going to place the stop loss. You see how this is a previous high right here? I'm going to place my stop loss above that level. I'm going to place it at that level right now and leave it there. In a moment, we're going to change that level, but I want to keep it there for a moment. Now, take profit. I don't have a take profit level because my green baseline is sloping upwards. I don't know where that's going to be when the candles touch it, so I can't do anything about the profit target right now. I simply am going to watch it and keep a hold of it. Let's go ahead and sell it, and I want to I see a green line for the sell trade. In Forex Tester in the bottom pane here, I could see euro dollar, sell, number of lots, the open time, the open price, the stop loss, and so forth. Now, I want to get my stop loss about 10 points above the open price. My open price was 95.46, and I want to be at least 10 points higher than that. So let's see if we can modify the order. Let's see here. New stop loss down here, and I'm just going to simply click the upward button, and I'm going to get my stop loss further than it was before. 95.46 was the stop loss, wasn't it? Let's see here. I've kind of lost track of stop loss was at 95.91. Excuse me, 95.91. We want to raise it up here to 96.01, 96.06. So 15 pips higher than it was before, and that red line representing my stop loss has disappeared off the screen because it went upwards. You can still see it if I zoom out. I'm going to zoom back in. We're going to manage the trade a little bit closer up. Now the trade is falling. I'm up 41, 43, 22, and so forth, 42. And now I'm kind of getting an idea that we might be getting close down to the baseline. Wow, look at that. It almost hit my baseline, and it jumped right back up. Now there may be the case here that maybe I drew my baseline a little bit off. Maybe the slope was just 1 degree off. A slight misdirection in a rudder on a boat can take it off course, very, long term, way off course. If your trade gets close to your baseline and then jumps away from it, what a wonderful opportunity just to close the trade and just assume that you've really hit that level that you thought you did. So if you get within 1 to 5 points of your baseline and the pair jumps away from it, go ahead and consider closing the trade, which is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to right click and we're going to close the position.